Today's Yin Yoga session will support the Stage 3 task of connecting to others, specifically by seeing their humanity through seeing their needs. As we enjoy holding various poses in this session, for each pose, consider a different person. Begin with people that you love very much. Work your way out to people who you kind of know, kind of don't know, work colleagues, acquaintances. And eventually challenge yourself to think about someone whom you don't like at all. Can you imagine their needs? Can you see them as human, just like you, with needs just like you? Can you see their humanity? This is not condoning any behavior that you don't like. This is not to encourage any of their behavior that you do like. This is simply to see them as human, just like you, on this journey, just like you. We all have needs, although we approach their fulfillment very differently. Consider these people as you hold these poses. We'll begin by setting up the breath. Today we're going to try box breathing. First, just sit with the breath. Be aware of your natural breathing pattern. Now let's inhale for a count of 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Now hold it at the top for 3. 1, 2, 3. Now exhale for 3. 1, 2, 3. Now hold at the bottom. Hold that exhale out for 3. And again, inhale for a count of 3. Hold at the top. Exhale. Hold at the bottom. Inhale. Hold at the top. Exhale. Hold at the bottom. Now try it for a 4 count. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold. Inhale for 5. Hold. Exhale for 5. Hold. And return to breathing normally. Let's get started. Coming into a child's pose. We'll take the knees wide or narrow if you prefer. Toes together in the back. And we will sink down, arms out into the mat. A couple of variations on this. You can put blocks under the wrists. You can use a block or a sandbag or a pillow under the chest to support this pose. Find your child's pose. Slowly come out of your child's pose. And back to an easy sit for a moment. Breathe. From here, we'll come into a revolved child's pose. In this child's pose, we keep our knees closer together and enter it from a table. We'll take the right arm up and through, resting on the right shoulder. Now, for support in this pose, for a yin practice, you may not feel like you need anything at all, or you might feel like you would enjoy a block or a bolster, maybe more like a bolster or a pillow or a sandbag under the shoulder if the pressure on that point is uncomfortable. So find your revolved child's pose. Switching sides, push up slowly, back to table. Take the left arm up and through to resting on the left shoulder. Right forearm is on the ground to support. If this is hard on the knees, you can fold up your mat, fold it over a couple of times to provide a nice cushion for the knees. Pushing up slowly. Coming back to an easy sit for just a couple of breaths. From here, we will come into knee pile or shoelace. We'll put the left leg on the bottom. The knee is pointing straight forward or even slightly off to the right. We take the right leg and put it over the top. One slightly easier way to get into this is to come up, cross the knees, and then sit down. Now, the shins might be out almost horizontal, or they might be back toward the body a little bit. Find your comfort spot there. And of course, we're going to lean forward, reaching out with the heart. Because the knee is up high, you may or may not need something for this pose, or you might try use of props just to see a different feeling. You might like to sit on a block. If this is too intense in the hips, you can sit on a block or on a sandbag. Reaching forward with the heart. Put your hands down and come up slowly. Switch legs. This time the right leg is on the bottom. The left leg is on top. Sometimes it helps to come up, cross the knees. Now there'll be differences between the left and the right. That is normal. We are organic beings. Reaching forward with the heart. And breathe. Putting your hands underneath you, pushing up slowly, unraveling the legs, putting your props away. Just come into an easy sit for a couple of breaths. From here, we will turn to the side of the mat, using the length of it. Tuck in the left leg. Now, for this pose, you might want a strap, or you might want a resistance band or a TheraBand around the foot, or you may prefer to support with blocks or bolsters on the thigh. Find your most comfortable use of props for this pose, as we will be holding each side for 2.5 minutes. Reach forward with the heart over the toes and breathe. Adjust your props as needed. We'll come up and take this on the other side. Right foot is tucked in. Left leg is long. Grab your props or your strap. Reaching forward with the heart over the toes. And breathe. Noticing the differences between the right side and the left side. Just noticing. If this is too much on the lower back, you can try sitting on a block for this. Or, of course, you're always welcome to choose a different pose that feels right today. Releasing your strap or your props, coming up slowly, letting your props away, and returning to check back in with an easy sit for a couple of breaths. From here, let's head down to the ground, swing yourself around, and come down, lying flat, legs are long, shoulders tucked under, and arms at the sides. From here, we'll bring the right knee up, maybe out to the side, and we're going to take it over to the left. So grab a block or a bolster and let the right leg come over to the left for a twist. Supporting your twist. Right arm out to the right, left arm out to the left, or perhaps left hand on the knee. Looking to the right for this twist and breathe. Bring the right leg up, coming back to center, both knees up. Take a moment to let the back come to neutral. Extend the right leg long. Bring your props to the other side. We'll bring the left knee up. Hug it in, maybe out to the side. And let it come over to the right. Adjust your props under that knee, whatever's comfortable. Left arm out to the left. Right arm out to the right or right arm on the left knee. And breathe. When you're ready, remove your props and come back. Give your back just a minute to straighten out. And then take the legs long, lying flat, checking in with ourselves for a couple of breaths. Coming now into a bit of a crunch. Hug both the knees in. Just hold them there. You can hug them wide if you'd prefer, or you can hug them closely into each other and into the chest. For support for this one, you could use a strap around the legs, or you can keep the arms there. You can put a block under the hips if that feels good today. Or you can just interlace the fingers on top of the legs and breathe. When you're ready, release the legs. Just get the feet back down for now. Take a moment. And then back down, legs long, maybe arms stretch up. And then the arms come down beside you, nice and long. We'll check in here for a couple of breaths. Coming into Shavasana. Shoulder blades tucked under. You might like a pillow or a bolster under the knees for comfort, or under the head, or nothing at all. Legs can fall to the sides a little bit. Hands can be at your sides or resting on the belly. This is your time to integrate your practice. What you noticed today. What came up for you today. When you're ready, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Remove any props or pillows. Maybe roll the wrists and ankles. Start to move the arms and the legs. Maybe take the arms up for a stretch. And roll over to one side for a rest. Just a moment while you get your bearings. Extend the top leg out and push up to a seated position. Thank you for joining me today. The love and the light and the teacher in me honors that in you. Namaste.